All right, hi YouTube. How are you doing? Hi Facebook. How are you doing? Part 2. Say hi if you come on. Say hi. Comment hashtag replay if you're watching the replay, so I can see how many people watch it after I post it. I know I forgot to say all that at the beginning of part 1. Okay, so it's been done for a little while. I'm going to. I took the chicken. Usually I've got 2 big forks like this. I can grab 2 and pull a roast out of the crock pot or something. But usually I'll use those 2 and shred it. And sometimes you may find big chunks of chicken in there. But it's okay. But when it comes out the crock pot, it's so easy to do with this. These are already, they're not been washed, but they've been rinsed from when I used it to mix up my eggs and vanilla when I made the brownies. I'll show you. I made some brownies today in between. Okay, they came out just a few minutes before we went outside. So, it had cooled. So, now I'm going to take this. Oh, I don't want to get it. The water's on for the pasta. I use hot water, so it looks like it's starting to boil down on the bottom, so it's getting there. So I'm going to start off on low. All right, okay, let me get the big chicken. The other one broke the. Let me taste it. It's good. See, when I want to get back on top of a big chunk, I turn it off. You get it on 2. You don't want the chicken going flying everywhere, so you don't want to put it on too high. Let me go back down to the 1. That's better. Okay. That's it. Just tapping, getting any loose chicken off. Okay. So that's that. And try these? Okay. So now I'm going to, let me grab the fork. I'm going to dump it back in here. Put this lid down. Okay, now let's dump it. The bowl is hot because the chicken was in there, so it made the whole bowl hot. What? You see chicken in there? She's gonna lick it. Okay. So I'm gonna use the fork. I'm just gonna stir it around. The chicken in there with the liquid, it looks like mush. It does. You taste it. It's very hot. That is so good. I can eat this all the time. But some of the liquid will be scooped up when I put the vegetables and pasta in here. Okay? And I'll be using a spoon to stir it. So I'm just going to rinse this fork. Rinse these hand mixer. Yes, and I do got a video for you guys that I'm going to post. I either post it on Facebook or Instagram first. It doesn't matter because if I post it on Instagram, it'll post on Facebook. If I post it on Facebook, it'll post on Instagram. Just my main Facebook, because it's not connected to Elizabeth's Life, but I will share it there too. Just like I'm going to share I forgot to share, I'm going to share part 1. As soon as I finish this video, I'm going to share part 1 and then share this part 2 on there. Okay? Oh, let me rinse this. All right, it's boiling. Let me put the lid back on the crock pot. All right, it's boiling, so okay. So there's a little bit left in here. I'm going to use this. Then I'm going to use this bag. So I'm just going to use the whole bag and what's left in here. Now, when we went to H-E-B last paycheck to go shopping, they did not have penne pasta. They didn't have it in here or in the bag. They had it, but they had it in the mini ones. I didn't even know they had mini ones until I saw it this time. So I wanted the big ones like this, but they didn't have it. This one takes 9 to 11. So I'm going to put it in first, let it cook for a few minutes, and then put these in. These take 7 or until tender. So when it gets to 7 minutes, I'll put these in. Okay? So let's get those in. Let's stir it up. Okay? Now, let me put some salt in. I forgot to do so. Okay, I'm going to go put a little bit of oil in there. Oh, let me get the timer on. Okay, got the timer on. It says 9 to 11, but we're going to do 9 because it's going to be sitting in the crock pot for like 10 to 15 minutes while the vegetables do their thing and the cheese melts. So, and it's hot. Woo, it's hot. Put a little bit of oil in there. Okay. All right, so that's taken care of. And when it's 7 minutes, I'll put the bag of the mini penny in there. So let me have it open and ready. Let me just cut it open. Okay. So I got it cut open. Okay. Ooh. Hold on. Yeah, my husband was gonna give me an icy, but they didn't have it. The machine wasn't either. It either was out or wasn't working. Sometimes it's not working. Most of the time it is, but sometimes it's out. Where they have to put some more in there, or it's already in there, but it's doing its thing to freeze up. So he got me a large Sprite. I had this. He got me this the other day. I think he came home with it yesterday morning. I drank some of it last night, and then I was going to drink it today. I think I drank a sip or two, but then he came home with this, so I'm going to pour this in here and make it cold. There we go. Go ahead, drink your water. Drink your water, baby. Get your water. You want this? There you go. So. Good girl, Brownie's eating her food, Shauna. Like, I have to put Jazzy's food up, actually, the puppies, because the other day, the rest of her, she left some food and it disappeared. And I thought I saw Brownie starting to eat her food, but then Jazzy was never in the kitchen, so I figured Brownie did that. And then a second time I caught her in the middle of eating Jazzy's food and I stopped her. So now I know that if we leave it, Brownie will try to get it. Same with Jazzy. Why they want to eat each other's food instead of their own? I figured that Jazzy's not going to get enough nutrients if she eats the adult food because puppy food has more nutrients. And it has so much nutrients and fat to help the puppies grow that if Brownie eats it, she may get too fat. So, it's crazy. And it's hard with Brownie. Oh, it's lost track of time. It's 6 minutes. It's supposed to be put in at 7 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll just add another minute to it. Let me turn it off. I just turned it off and put 7 minutes because it's okay. Because for the big ones, it said 9 to 11, so it'll actually be in here for 10 minutes. The big penny. So yeah, it's okay. But the only problem with keeping Brownie's food up is because I don't know when she's going to eat it. She doesn't eat like in the morning. Like in the morning, you put your dog's food down, right? Your dog eats all the food. Okay? You leave the bowl down or you put it up on the counter, whatever you do, and you wait till nighttime. I'm talking about regular. Put it up at nighttime, you feed them the next half that they're supposed to eat. So whatever the bag says that they're supposed to eat, like her bag says almost 3 cups. So that would be like a cup and a half in the morning, a cup and a half at night. Now, she will not eat in the morning like a normal dog. She may not even touch her food till afternoon. The food in here is what I put in this morning. She's not even. But right now she's eating it. She could have stepped around the camera pod. There's room for her to step around, and she's done it before. But I don't know why she wouldn't do it. But I put the bowl in front of her, like towards the hallway, and she's tearing it up to the point where she's eating everything. You want some more? No, she's good. You want some more? She might want more, I don't know. But I'm going to put the next half in there, and then if she doesn't want it, I'll just leave it up until tonight when it's time. Because she's eating this late. Like, this was the food she was supposed to eat in the morning. But why it takes her half the day to eat this, I don't know. And then she eats it so she's full. And then she won't want to eat it. Here, Brownie. You want some more? And then she won't eat her second half, and then, I don't know, but she's starting to eat the other half I put in there, so. If she ends up eating the whole thing, which I don't think she will, but if she does, that'll be her food for the day. That'll be her whole food for the day. Because there was one time when we were living in an apartment, when we moved, we filled a whole, it was a bowl, it was a Tupperware bowl. We had filled this Tupperware bowl all the way up. It was a round Tupperware bowl. And we just left it there. It would last days, and she would just eat out of it whenever she wanted. Because when she does eat, she doesn't always eat the whole bowl. Like, she will eat, like, it's supposed to be a cup and a half in the morning, cup and a half at night. At first, just recently, we were just putting a whole big scoop in there, and when she was done, we put. But I read the bag finally, and it said, so I put a cup and a half now and a cup and a half at night. But when I put the cup and a half, she may not even eat that whole thing. She'll nibble at it, maybe eat a fourth of it, and then she'll go do her thing, and she may come back hours later and eat some more. So she doesn't even eat her portion. She just nibbles on it throughout the whole day. And sometimes she eats it at night. We got 4 minutes left. Like, I'll go to bed. I go to bed 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, maybe even 2 o'clock sometimes, depending if I'm watching TV or not with the dog. So I'll go to bed. There'll be food in her bowl. I'll wake up in the morning and the food will be gone. So it's now somewhere between 12 and 2 o'clock in the morning that I'm going to bed. And she has eaten her food sometime in the middle of the night. I don't know why. Anybody, if you come on here, does anybody have any suggestions on how to get your dog to eat when they're supposed to? Like, eat their food in the morning and then eat their food at night. Like a normal dog. Anybody got any suggestions? Any comments, babe? Huh? Who commented?
Donna.
Huh?
Donna.
Hi, Donna. How are you doing? Oh, it came up finally. I scrolled to the right where you can't see the comments, and I scrolled back to the left to refresh the comments. Sometimes that works. I'm sorry, the comments weren't coming up. All right. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Donna? How are you doing? Hopefully you didn't have to work another 10-hour day. Whew. Sorry, sometimes if I go to the right, you know what? Go to the right and it takes away all the comments. Then I come back to the left and it refreshes the comments and they all come up. But the star comment that says you can send stars, I greatly appreciate it. That comment that's always pinned, that's just a comment that comes up pinned on every live when you start getting stars. That comment has not showed up in the pin section of the comments in a long time. I mean, this morning it showed up, not in the pin section, but it showed up in the regular comments. Oh, yeah, it's the first comment is the star comment. But usually it's pinned at the bottom. I don't know why. I don't know why. I am going to put my Cash App. Okay, and I'm going to pin it. Usually it does show up in the pin. I can't see it, but everybody else can. All right, babe, let me know if you see my Cash App pinned. My husband sees it. You probably see it, Donna, but I can't see it because something's going on. Why I can't see things that are pinned? I don't know, but let me put it on my YouTube. Hold on, guys. Okay. I usually put the Cash App and the Amazon wish list, but I'm not going to put the Amazon wish list this time. It's in the first part 1 video if you want to see it. Okay, I need to put on my wish list on Amazon, the little, to hold the iPad on the counter so you can see my face and the food. I saw a couple of them, but I was trying to decide which one was the best. I want to put it on my Amazon wish list in case somebody wants to buy it, but also so I can remember exactly which one I get, because I'll have to go search it again and I'll forget which one I picked if I buy it myself. So the wish list is not only for you guys if you choose to buy me something. It's also for myself so I don't forget what I want. So, yeah. Okay. So, we're going to turn that off. It beeps, so it's done. Okay, let me get the strainer. Okay, strainer. Okay, so let's strain it.
Lay down.
Okay, I'm going to let it. hot. Okay, let me open the crock pot so I can dump the pasta in here. And then I'm going to dump the mixed vegetables, and then I'm going to mix it all up together. And then once I mix it all up together, then I'm going to put some cheese on top. Now, putting cheese on top is optional. If you don't want cheese on yours, don't put any. You don't even have to put the vegetables in. You could just do the cheese. You can put the vegetables on the side if you want to cook it in the microwave. If you cook your vegetables on the stove, whatever you do, it's your choice. If you don't want any vegetables at all, you don't have to cook any. You don't have to put any in the crock pot. Because the recipe that I used, she didn't even put vegetables. I don't know if she had vegetables with her meal. I don't know because I wasn't there. But she didn't put any in the crock pot, so that was my idea. I said, next time I make this, I'm gonna put some vegetables in here. Because I've done things where they had you put the vegetables last and then cook it. And then I think she said something about. Okay. So, I don't know. Wait a minute. Where's my... Is my phone out there? Hold on, guys. I got to get my phone. I forgot it.
Here.
Give it to me quickly. Where is it?
Here, give me. Give her.
Oh, she went in the room because I didn't trust her because Brownie's food. Okay. All right, guys. I was trying to be quick because I didn't want... Jazzy. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of just the pasta and chicken. I don't know if I'm going to post this picture or just the whole meal when it's done, but since it's hard to show it to you guys, I wanted to take a picture just to show you guys. See? Babe? Looking good? Okay. All right, so that's that. So now I'm going to put the vegetables and then I'm going to put some cheese on top. It's not time for you to eat, Jazzy. She's looking like she's hungry, but she doesn't eat till around 6. She eats around 8, maybe 8:30 or 9, depending what time we get up. And we take advantage of it. If the puppy is sleeping or laying on her side or back and just calmly laying there, we're not going to disturb her and get up. We're just going to lay there and take that extra sleep that we're not getting, especially my husband because he just came home at 5 o'clock. So, and I used to just walk Brownie and let him sleep till about noon, but he kind of watches the dog and he goes to sleep back on the couch. But so anywhere between 8, it used to be between 8 and 8:30, but she's been going closer to 9. So there we go. It's in. Put that right there. So hold on, guys. Let me get the cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want. You can use mozzarella. You can use Parmesan. You can use cheddar, Colby Jack. I would prefer probably to use Colby Jack. But I used it all up the other day for a meal, so that's done. I got Fiesta blend, but I like to use that more on Mexican stuff. I'm going to put a little bit of mozzarella and a little bit of cheddar because I have mozzarella here and I want to use it before it goes bad because it was cheese that I shredded on my own. It was a block of cheese. So I put Colby Jack and shredded cheddar cheese on the my list for this week. I got to put I don't know what else. Maybe mozzarella. I don't know. Mozzarella I don't buy. I only buy when a recipe calls for it. I'll just put all of it because I don't want it to go bad. Okay. And since I put, no, babe, no, I can't just look at her because I got to do this. Go with Daddy. She's eating Brownie's food. She can't eat Brownie's food.
Get over here.
Go with Daddy. You got another hour before it's time to eat. Go with Daddy. So I'm spreading it out. Okay, and just to have some yellow in there, I'm going to put a little bit of cheddar cheese. I'm going to mix a little bit of that in there. Usually I like to take a bowl and mix all my cheeses together, but I didn't this time. Get out of there. All right, I think that's about enough. Good enough? Good enough. All right, that's it. Okay. Close this up. Okay. All righty, guys. That's got to go back. All right, let's put the lid on. I'm going to give it about 10 minutes and I'm going to check it. I want to make sure the vegetables are cooked through. So it went to warm. So I'm going to put it back on high where it was. I could put it on low, but I want to make sure the vegetables get done. And the hours on warm automatically go to 10 because that's how long I guess it can stay on warm up to 10 hours. I'm guessing that because it goes automatically to the number of hours that it can stay on warm, and it automatically goes to 10. So I'm guessing if your Crockpot is done and you're still at work and you won't be home for 2 more hours, it can stay on warm for 2 more hours and you'll be okay. So think of that. But I'm going to go down to 2 hours. That's the lowest there is, but it's not going to be on for 2 hours. I'm going to timer for 10 minutes and then check it. I'm going to taste the vegetables to make sure they're nice, soft, and hot and everything. Okay? Okay, and I'm going to rinse the sink and this strainer, because the sink probably be greasy from the water because, put oil in the water. It is greasy. What are you doing?
There's some dummy in our spot. Huh? Got some dummy in our spot.
I can't hear you.
Got a dummy in our spot.
I still didn't hear what you said. You whispered it.
Dummy in our spot.
All right. Oh, I was just asking my husband. He was saying something, and I couldn't hear him because, if y'all know, I'm hard of hearing. He was taking a picture of the car, the license plate, because people are not supposed to be in our spot because it's a reserve spot, and we pay money for it. When we moved here, we took a couple of the reserve spots that were like in front or right beside, and they checked and see which one was available, and the one we had was available, so. And we pay for it. We pay $10-something a month to have that reserve spot. And you can hardly see the reserve spot and the number because they haven't painted it in who knows how long. But they're supposed to do something like that tomorrow. So when my husband comes home from work at 5 o'clock in the morning, he's going to park down near the field where we go play with the dogs by the trash can. Park over there by the other car we have. Well, the other car we have doesn't even run. It's my daughter's ex-boyfriend's car he gave to us. No! Let's go. Hold on, guys. I'm going to take her out there with Dad. She's going out here with Daddy. Because she's trying to eat Brownie's food and she can't do that. Go this way. Come on. All right, good girl. Go with Daddy. No, you can't eat Brownie's food. And I want Brownie to be able to eat it. Brownie, you want any more of your food? You want any more of your food, baby? Here. Come here. Come here. She don't want any more. She could come around the tripod. There's room. There's plenty of room. Okay. So we're letting this do its thing. And if the cheese is not all the way melted, then I will just let it go for a few minutes. Okay? So, what's everyone been up to today? Anybody else coming on here? You still on, babe? All right. I was just trying. It said 1, and it had said 2. I was just seeing if it was Donna or you that had gotten off. So, just check back once in a while. I want to make sure I'm not missing. Yeah, I keep swiping the comments.
Mason.
Huh?
Mason.
Say what?
Me.
You?
Me.
Oh, me's on here? Hi, me. I see it now. See, I had to scroll and close the comments and open them again because the comments don't like showing up, so I have to refresh them every so often. How you doing, me? What you and Paul doing? What you and Paul doing? Hey, I'm making Crockpot chicken penne pasta. Now, just so you guys know, if you'd like, you can use something else. It's just called chicken penne. That's all it's called. The lady on the video said penne. I think rich people say penne, but it's penne pasta, you know. But if you want to use another pasta, so be it. You can use, I guess you could use elbow macaroni, but it just doesn't seem to, right? I don't know. You can use bow tie. You can use, I don't know the names of all the pastas, but you can use a whole bunch. You can use the little shells, medium shells. I have another one called, I'll tell you, called Celentini. Celentini, Cellantini, Celentini. Those are they're curly pasta. But yeah, whatever pasta you want to use, you can use. All right? So, just in case you did not see the part 1, it's chicken penne, but I wrote the title as Crockpot chicken penne. I do it in the Crockpot. In the video, the lady did not. She did it on her I keep forgetting what it's called. It's a big pot, but you close it, and not her air fryer. It's something else. But that's because she did this recipe on the Crockpot before, but she didn't have time to do Crockpot. So I already know how long to cook chicken in the Crockpot. On high for 4 hours, or up to 6 hours. On low, 6 to 8 hours. Usually it's done at 6 hours, and on high it's usually done at 4 hours. Yes, mine was done at 4 hours because when I went to try to get it out of the Crockpot, the first piece fell apart. So the second piece, I just scooped it underneath so it didn't break. But yeah, so I just put the chicken in, put 1 8-ounce cream cheese. 8 ounces of cream cheese. 1 block. You know, the block of cream cheese, just get 1 packet, open it up, and lay it on top of the chicken. You probably hear the dogs. They're barking. And then dump Olive Garden Italian dressing. Get a bottle of Olive Garden Italian dressing. Now, when you get it, get the smaller one. The size, the tallness is the same, but there's one that's skinny and one that's fatter. Get the smaller one and dump the whole Italian dressing into the over the chicken and cream cheese. Then also get Olive Garden Caesar dressing, for Caesar salad, Caesar dressing, but you're not going to put that whole thing in there. You're going to put less than half, whatever amount you like, but you don't put the whole bottle because it'll be too much. But just put like a fourth of it or almost a half, but don't put even half. Okay? And if you'd like to season your chicken before you put any of that on top of it, or even before you put the cream cheese in, you may. You can season both sides before you put it in, or you can put it in and just season the top side with whatever seasonings you like. I just used Morton's seasoning all. This is what I used. Okay? So use whatever you like. If you don't want to use any, you don't have to, because the Italian dressing has a lot of seasonings in it. So you'll get a lot of seasonings there. And you'll get flavor from the Caesar dressing too. Okay? Now, when it's done and goes to warm on your crock pot, or like 20 minutes before it's done or whatever, make your pasta, whatever pasta you choose. Penne, bow tie, whatever you want. Boil the water, make it on your stove. All right, and then when that's done, crock pot's done, you want to shred up your chicken. Now, you can shred it with 2 forks because it's so soft, the chicken, that you can shred it inside the crock pot. Or you can take it out and put it on a plate and shred it with 2 forks. Or you can put it in a bowl and take your hand mixer and shred it. It shreds real good. Now, if you cook it in the oven or cook it on the stove, this doesn't shred your chicken too well. So, but in the crock pot, it really does. Okay? And then put it back into the crock pot, mix it with the sauce, and then add your pasta, stir it up, and then if you want to add mixed vegetables or any kind of vegetable, go ahead. Mixed vegetables seems the best, all types. But if you want to, go ahead. The recipe doesn't call for it, but I like the vegetables in there. The last time I made it, I didn't put the vegetables in there. I didn't think about it. So this time I did, and then I topped it with some cheddar and mozzarella cheese. Okay? I just mixed them together. Because I was almost out of mozzarella, so I just dumped the rest in there. And I put some cheddar. And I cooked it about 10 minutes. The timer just went off. So now we're going to check it and see if the cheese has melted. No, the cheese has not melted all the way. There's still some cheese that's not melted. So we are going to let it go. I'm just tasting a green bean from the mixed vegetables. And it's still a little hard. Or a little, it's not like it. So, we are going to go with another 10 minutes. Okay? Oops, that messed up. Okay. So yeah, because there's a side over here, right here where my hand is, that's not all the way melted. So, and once it's done and the cheese is melted, you can do it 2 different ways. You can serve it just like that, dig in there, and serve it. And that means all the cheese on top, once you serve around it, there's not going to be any cheese for you to get underneath. Unless you just want to sprinkle extra on your bowl when the top of the cheese is gone. That's up to you. Or you could take it and mix it together and get that melted cheese mixed in. So there'll be some cheese all through it. You can do that. And you can put as much cheese as you want. And whatever kind you want. Okay? So that's why I put cheddar cheese and mozzarella. Because everything's white. Like the sauce is kind of white. That's why I thought of white cheese. But mozzarella, I was almost out. And that was my freshly shredded mozzarella that I used the block and shredded it. And it's been a couple of weeks or almost a month. I don't remember. But I didn't want the cheese to go bad. So I finished it up. And then I used some of the cheddar I had. usually, if I think about it ahead of time and I want to use multiple different cheeses, I'll put them in a bowl and I'll mix them up because I like to have all my cheeses mixed together and then sprinkle it on top of whatever I'm sprinkling it on. But I didn't think about the cheddar cheese until after I started putting the mozzarella. So, yeah. But we're going to just let it. And if you're just coming on, if you're still on here, here's my brownies I made. I made that earlier before I took the dogs outside. It's all cooled. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing. I did not make the brownies from a box. They're homemade. I made them one time before, and I come to realize that they're the easiest thing to make. Everybody has almost all the ingredients. Who keeps sugar in their house? Flour, baking soda. No, not baking soda, baking powder. Yes, baking powder. Vanilla. If you've never baked, then you probably won't have vanilla, but you can get that. A little bottle of vanilla. And eggs. Most people have eggs. And butter. Okay? And then the only other thing you usually would have to buy if you've got all the baking ingredients is unsweetened baking cocoa. A can of the brown powdered cocoa. Yeah. Unsweetened. So you just buy that. It's really not that hard. Like now I doubled it because the regular recipe calls for you to put it in like an 8x8 or 9x9 square pan. Well, I wanted it big enough to put in my 9x13. So to do that, I had to double it. So it's usually 1 cup of sugar. Let me see if I can remember. 1 cup of sugar, half a cup of flour, 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, and what else was it? There was 2 things that were 1/4 of a teaspoon. Baking powder and now see, I can't remember. It was baking powder and it was something else I can't remember, but if I remember, I'll let you know. And for the cocoa, it was let me see. I can tell y'all. I thought I had it on here. Let's see. Oh, this is not something I wanted. Okay, I think I know where it was. Here it is. So I can get you the accurate. It's on, if you look on my Facebook Cooks and go to brown and search up brownies, you'll find a couple of different brownies, but you'll see the regular, it'll say homemade brownie mix. It's just the regular brownies. It's 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1/3 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. It says sifted, but I didn't sift it. 1/2 cup of flour, fourth of a teaspoon of kosher salt. That's what it was, kosher salt. And a fourth of a teaspoon of baking powder. Okay? And you mix all that together with a whisk. That's the dry ingredients. The wet ingredients are half a cup of unsalted butter. That's 1 stick if you use a stick. 2 large eggs. They want it room temperature. So just a little bit before you start the recipe, put 2 eggs out on the counter. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay? What you do is you take the half cup of butter, melt it, then you take melt it like in a measuring cup or something. In a smaller bowl, mix together 2 large eggs and your teaspoon of vanilla. Mix it with a whisk, it says. With a hand mixer. Mix the 2 eggs and the vanilla with this. All right, and when you're done, and when the butter comes out the microwave after you've melted it or melted it in the pan, let the butter cool a little bit, it says. Then pour the butter and the egg mixture in with the dry ingredients, the flour and all that stuff. Okay? Mix it up real good. And once you get it all mixed up and incorporated, then you get your 9x13, spray it, and pour it in there. Now, if you're just doing the measurements I said, then just use an 8x8 or 9x9. But if you want to do a pan of a 9x13, then you take all the measurements that I just said and double them. So like for the sugar, it would be 2 cups. It would be 2/3 of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 cup of flour, a half a teaspoon of kosher salt, and a half a teaspoon of baking powder. And for the butter, it would be 1 whole cup, which would be 2 sticks, 4 large eggs at room temperature, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Okay? Same thing, but that's the double. Now, when everything's done and you've got it in the prepared pan, make sure you spray it first or it will stick. And make sure the oven's preheated to 350 degrees, 350. And cook it for 20 to 22 minutes, okay? But whenever it says something like that, 20 to 22, always start with the lowest time. And then if it needs a little bit more, then you can add a little bit more. Like I started mine with 20, and it was done at 20. And for the brownies, make sure it's just like cake. Stick a toothpick in there, and if the toothpick comes out clear, then it's ready. If it comes out and it's still a little wet batter in there, then it's not quite done. Okay? And then just let it cool. If you want it warm because you want to add some ice cream on top, the best, then just cut it when it's warm so you can get that ice cream on top. But if you want it completely cooled, just let it sit there until it's completely cold. Okay? What are you trying to do? Hold on, guys. Are you trying to get the stuff that's back there? Oh. So, okay. Now, it's just about to go off. So, but if you look on Facebook Cooks, like I said, you'll see the brownie recipe. Just put in brownies, and a bunch of different recipes will come up for brownies, but a lot of them like have the frosting on it. It's different kind of brownies, but this one will be just a regular brownie mix. Homemade, what did I say? Homemade brownie mix. It's just regular. You'll just see brownies. Now in the picture, it looks like it has chocolate chips in there, but it doesn't say that in the ingredients. But if you wanted to add some chocolate chips into the brownie batter, you can do so. It's a good idea, but that's up to you. Okay, the cheese is melted. Okay, let me see. Hold on, guys. Nope, it's not in there. Oh, sorry, Brownie. Jazzy. Oh, I was looking for the wooden spoon. I thought it was in my dishwasher. It was here the whole time. Okay, so I'm going to take the lid off. It probably took a little longer to heat up to high because it was off on warm for a while. So, but I'm mostly because the green beans take the longest to get soft. Okay. Okay. So let me get because I'm probably going to use a fork because of the pasta. So I'm just going to grab a bite. That is really good. It's the dance good. All right, guys. It is really good. So, oh my gosh, that is so good. Like, beyond really good. Okay? Okay, let me go back here. I am going to take a picture of it. Okay, let me show you guys. All the melted cheese and stuff. See that? Are you still on here, me? Anybody still on here? Let me know. There you go, YouTube. Okay? It's like really, really good. I just can't get enough of it. Okay? Now, yes, I'm going to take the spoon and I'm going to stir the cheese into the whole thing. Okay? Let's get it all mixed up. Okay? All right. But I wanted to get a picture with the cheese on top before I start it up. Sorry, guys, I couldn't get enough of it. So I'm just going to cover it until I end this video and serve it. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and end this now, like I always do. I've been on here 52 minutes. No. All right. So, if it's been on warm for a little while, it's best maybe to give it, if you decide to put cheese on it and the frozen vegetables in there, which I had them sitting out for a little while, so they weren't like 100% frozen, then go ahead and probably do 20 minutes. But if it's still on high or low, you can leave, like if it's on low, you can leave it on low. If it's on high, you can leave it on high. But you probably can give it 10 to 15 minutes. Just check it after 10 or 15 minutes. But if it was turned off on warm for a little while, then it's best to give it 20 minutes because it has to warm back up to high or back up to low, whatever, okay? Okay. So, I appreciate everybody who came on here. Donna, me. Sorry, guys, my dog was coming in here, and her leash got caught in there, almost tipped it over. But, and I appreciate you guys for coming on, and anybody who, is going to watch the replay, I appreciate that you guys, too, for watching the replay. Let me see. Who's on here? I see it says one person. Before it says 0. Somebody could be on here and it still would say 0. That's how messed up this is. But let me know if you're still on here. But, yeah, I want you guys to stay positive. Do your thing. You know, keep doing your thing and stay positive and don't give up. And know that I love you guys very much. All right? And I'll see you on the next video, guys. So have a good rest of your evening, YouTube. All right? And if you're watching the replay, or if you're on here now, comment below. What are you having for dinner tonight? Or have you already cooked? because it could be 6:30 where some people are. But if you've already cooked, what did you have for dinner? If you're going to cook something, what are you having for dinner? Comment below. Even if I end this, still comment below so I can see later on. I'll be looking for those comments on what you had for dinner tonight or what you're going to cook. So talk to you later, YouTube. Bye. Love you. All right, same thing.